Lion face. Lemon face.
Welcome and welcome back to Sun, Moon, Rising interviews. I'm an astrologer and energy reader, erucarose, and this is our guest today, Haleigh, Ozark Yoga Farmer, right?
Yeah.
Say that right? Or
Ozark Yoga Farmer.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm tell them your Sun, Moon, and Rising.
Okay. Sun in Cancer,
Mm-hmm.
Moon in Libra,
Mm-hmm.
Rising in Capricorn.
Mm-hmm. I'm excited to see you. How are you doing?
I'm excited to see you too.
We're sitting on. You tell them.
We're sitting on gorgeous balls that I use to help people experience their pelvic floors in a more intimate way, but still platonic, kind of.
They're really comfortable.
I know, they are really comfortable. They shape to your pelvis, so they help you. Your pelvic muscles are actually like a dome. They're like a jellyfish shape.
Mm-hmm.
But people get really tense when we're nervous, and so it helps your lungs start to push everything down and for you to feel that better. So you should feel some movement in the ball when you're breathing.
I need that. I've noticed I'm sitting a lot better.
Easier to sit. Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, they're fun.
Well, I have 12 questions for you, all about you. No wrong answers. You ready?
Ready. Shoot.
Ready. All right. Number 1. What elements do you resonate with most? Like water, earth, fire, air?
Water and fire.
Water and fire.
Thinking of Avatar: The Last Airbender. We've been talking about like what element all of us are in, but like based on the tribes of Avatar.
Yeah.
Have you watched it?
Because I did an interview with my friend who isn't into astrology and elements and all of this, and so I asked it like that. I was like, well, think about what you would be in Avatar. In
Avatar, I'm in the fire tribe for sure, but in Ayurveda, I'm more in water. Yeah.
That air moon, like, would be like...
It's in there. It's movement.
That Libra.
Like, Libra's air. I didn't know that.
Yeah, Libra's an air sign.
Yeah,
so your moon is air. You process your feelings. So
process my feelings with intellect. Is what that means to me. Yes, definitely.
Number 2. Do you feel most comfortable in the morning, afternoon, evening, or night?
Afternoon, for sure. When I get up in the morning, I feel horrible. I hate it. It's awful. It literally feels like I'm ill for like the first like 30 minutes. And then I'm like totally fine.
Man, that's a rough wake up every day.
It's fucked up. Can I say that on here?
Yeah, I said
it's fucked up. It's really weird. My partner like wakes right up like a Sour Patch Kid doing whatever he wants. And I'm literally like, I meditate in bed and I don't even get out of bed. That's the only way I can do it in the mornings is if I lay down.
Do you know your rising?
I don't remember.
I bet it's an easier one than her.
Leo or Aries?
Yeah, those are definitely more go-getter.
Yeah, I think he might be Aries rising. You can look at CoStar.
I'll have to look later.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got Saturn as your first placement in Capricorn, which is the planet that rules Capricorn, but it's also kind of like a lot's hitting you. A lot of like stress can hit you in the morning.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I literally like in the mornings I sometimes forget for several moments why I would even fucking bother to do anything. I'm just like, this is not okay. I feel like it's abrupt. I'm just like, no! But I'm not grumpy or mean.
Yeah.
I'm just like more sad. I'm a Cancer. I'm more sad. I'm just like...
It's another opposition. I've gotten a lot of oppositions on these interviews happening. Because Cancer and Capricorn are opposite on the chart.
Really? What does that mean?
It means that you're operating on like 2 ends of this energetic spectrum all the time. And it's a lot.
Between Capricorn? Between like crying myself to sleep and like ruling the world?
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, it's a lot. And then Libra's right in the middle, like squaring both. So it can be a lot.
Thank you for validating me in that way.
Yeah, for sure.
That feels really good.
That's one of my favorite things with readings. I'm like, oh, I see what's happening. Like, not,
I see.
Not like in a bad way, but
in a validating way. It's done with empathy. Good job.
Are you a lover or a fighter?
More of a lover, but very polarized. Like, I'll come up on a bitch. I would just never hurt them. But I can get very defensive for people I love. When it matters. But yeah, definitely more of a lover. Spend more of my time loving people through stuff than fighting for a cause.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
4. Generally speaking, are you more of an ask or tell type of person?
Tell. All the time.
Tell people what's going on.
100% of the time. I don't ask. I already know.
This is what's happening.
I don't need to ask. I done found out. I'm gonna tell you.
Capricorn rising, I feel like I'm gonna tell you.
I'm gonna tell you how it is. Listen up.
5. Are you focused more on people or tasks generally?
Ooh.
That's hard for you. I'm like trying to think about what your answer will be.
I mean, people, because most of the tasks that I am gonna do, the root motive of the task is for either acceptance from the people or love from the people or gifts to the people or guidance to the people. It's all about the people.
Yeah.
But I do many tasks
for the people.
For whether they like it or not. But yeah, it's still the motive behind it is gonna be the people. Fuck the task.
Cancer is winning out. You have a Cancer stellium.
What is a stellium?
Stellium means you have more than 3 planets in one sign.
Yeah, but there's 4 in Capricorn is what the other thing said. Is that
you also have a Capricorn stellium.
Okay.
It's a lot on that axis.
Very, like, polarized. I feel it. Things feel very, like, I've always felt very, like, hot for me in my life. Like, there was going to be, like, I felt like there's thing from birth that I was supposed to do the thing. And then it's, like, very towards the thing, whatever the thing was.
I can see that for your chart, for sure. It's, like, this kind of, like, stress to, like, you feel like you have to kind of, like, work through it, like, more than, like, maybe an average person would.
Yeah, my best friend would definitely fucking say that. One of my managers called me Haleigh Hardway. She was like, you always do it. It's always, like, right, but you, like, really, like, it's the hard way every time. It's confusing.
It's like, I'm a Capricorn rising. It's like,
you don't get it. Yeah, I've always felt like sometimes a fault of mine would be like, well, it doesn't mean I did it if it was easier, like, or like there's this like struggling. I used to go on like long float trips with the wrong clothes and feel like it was noble, you know?
Yeah, like you really worked for this.
Campaigning
so you earned it.
Yeah, then I, whatever I get at the end of that, whatever glory or beer or whatever burger I get at the end is like, I earned it. Yeah.
When you could make it easier for yourself.
Yeah, way easier. But I wouldn't be happy.
Yeah.
I mean, we live in a tent right now. Like, it's not like I've changed.
Yeah, I'll have to show a clip at the end of they're building another one over there.
That one's going to be less primitive. It's going to be bougie as fuck. It's still going to technically be considered glamping by most, but it's going to be premier.
Nice.
It's
I'm so excited to see
It's going to be 3 stories, too. Below the deck, above the deck, loft. Probably spiral staircases going through.
Not so sure.
Maybe.
Some type of spiral is going to happen.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
I'll build it.
She'll do it the hard way. It'll be fine.
It's going to be great.
Number 6, would you consider yourself a planner, or what other methods do you use to move through life?
Just feeling. And hoping for the best. Yeah. No, barely any planning. I've had to put some planning in my life right now because I would fail without it, but it's the absolute minimum amount. It's just sink or swim.
Dang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Planning to me is like, if I have to plan something in detail, it like makes me like, both of us, both me and my partner and I, we just, for better or worse, like, it usually works out alright.
It seems like it.
Yeah, there was that time with the van and the, like, very steep mountain. And, And the rainy mud, clay.
I mean, things happen when you do plan it out.
You could have never known.
Yeah. It's not like the planning solves all problems, but...
No. But some would be nice. We're working on it.
How do you feel about taking risks in life?
Medium.
Medium risk taker.
Yep. All the other ones I said are so involved, that's literally all I have to say. Like, just run of the mill.
I like it.
Maybe. If it's not too scary.
Because you're feeling it up.
Mm-hmm. I just know. If I'm taking what looks like a risk, I probably have an intuition that it's going to work out. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing it. So it doesn't feel like a risk, even if it looks like one. Some might say, living in a tent through the winter. Risk.
But
I thought it was a risk.
But it's going to be... It worked out. It's gonna be fine.
Yeah, here we are.
You had a good feeling about it.
My intuition said cold. And it was spot on.
8. How would you say you handle pressure?
I need it.
You need it.
I do whatever I need to do. But I can be very whiny and depressive about it. Like, very, like...
You can do both.
Very complaining. But I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
I very rarely succumb to, like failing in pressure. I don't usually fail. No, I don't fail in pressure. I need it.
Yeah. I think that's a very healthy answer.
Thank you.
And very...
Catholic.
With your
Corny.
chart. This is my favorite thing.
It's
I
a very charty answer.
I mean, I should say it like that. It's a very your chart answer. Charty answer.
It's charty.
Man, once I know people's charts, I just watch them like through their life, just observe.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
Like a weird little Scorpio. And I'm like, that makes so much sense for them.
My sister's a Scorpio, so she's always like, everyone hates Scorpios. I'm like, I like Scorpios. They're sneaky. I love sneaky people. What are they up to? It's a mystery.
I've never heard it put that way. That makes me feel so much better.
They're always up to something, and you're just like, what are you up to? I see you.
I like those like cartoon TV shows you watch as a kid. There's like the sneaky character. It's always intriguing, isn't it?
Yes, they walk nicely.
What are they doing?
It's very like cat-like thing. Dark corners. Yeah, Scorpios are great.
The people I've seen that like Scorpios the most are like people with Libra placements, and also people that have a family member that was a Scorpio.
There you go.
And they got like
everyone's
the
got a
inside
Scorpio they love.
scoop. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I had a partner. My very first like true love was a Scorpio, and then my sister. So yeah, that was like the first sign I knew besides my own was Scorpio.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's been so long since I've known a Scorpio closely. I forget what they're like, honestly.
I wonder if my sister would say she likes Scorpios. I'm going to ask her.
I mean, what she says.
Number 9. Who in your life do you feel knows you best?
Alyssa Haney, my best friend. Yeah, she's a Virgo. What else? We both have Cancer Chirons, which is like a deep family wound. Super fun. She's my cousin, too.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So it's like we were like a deep ancestral wound shit. Yeah,
that's a lot to bond over.
We need healer. Oh, dude, we bonded
over
over it
like,
for our whole 20s. Our other best friend is her brother. And my sister. So, like, we're all just...
Are your siblings born close?
No, my sister always says she's 3.5 or 4 years older, and she always says it's just old enough than me for her to hated me my whole childhood. So it took us a little while to bond. I was, like, not young enough to be cute, but, like, not old enough to be cool.
Number 10. What do you love about yourself in this life you're living right now? Brag about yourself. Your light you bring to the world.
Well, I'm hilarious.
You are hilarious.
I'm really fun. And I'm nice. And I'm honest. And I'm good at being vulnerable, which is, it helps validate other people's experiences so they can move past thinking that they're broken. Because we're all this very similar when it comes down to it. I'm a decent cook. Pretty good. Not like, professional or anything, but I'm pretty good.
You make the good food.
I'm an intuitive cook.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can make whatever it is. It's going to taste pretty good. Doesn't matter what it is. Like, Master Chef. You remember that show? They got like a random box of like shitty ingredients, like fish sauce and macaroni noodles. Let's see. I'm a great lover.
Mm-hmm.
I'm attractive enough, right? To get by. To get by. That's easy. Like, I definitely blend in. Not like... My sister's like over the top attractive, and it was really
that's a weird
stifling for her throughout her younger adult life. Like, she's also 6'3" too, so she really stood out. So that's why I say like the right amount, somewhere in that like she's hot but whatever range. I'm hardworking. Those are the good things. I think I'll stop there.
Yeah, that's all good things.
Yeah.
You did good.
Yeah.
People have really struggled with that question.
I am in therapy.
Me too.
I've done this several times. I've been practicing this on purpose. That's what this mirror is here for, is for people to mirror gaze and, like, see their beauty. That's the only reason there's a mirror in here. Because people need to see that shit. It's hard. Yeah. I mean, it makes me, like... It hurts a little. Like, my body's holding tension a little bit, saying those nice things. But, I feel happy about it.
Good.
And I didn't lie.
Yeah. I need to have my therapist do that with me. I've had to do eye gazing in therapy, and, like, it's fucking terrible.
It's very hard. Yeah.
But...
partner stuff, like, gazing with your partner, too, is also challenging. It wasn't challenging for us. It was almost boring. Like, I was looking into my own eyes. I thought I would, like, feel so seen and, like, cry, but I was just, like kind of feel confused, like I was just looking at myself or, like, looking at, like, a TV show or something. Maybe because I just feel, like, so, like, I'm not afraid of you. He's already seen me, so it didn't feel any different.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I thought this would be more fun.
You're like, oh, okay. Yeah.
Cool. Alright, well, sweet.
Number 11. Are there any life mottos you consciously live by?
Fuck it! I can't think of anything else. I know that's true.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one. Like, my 2 rules for being human, there's 3, but I can only remember 2 right now. But number 1 is do what you say you're gonna do. And number 2 is don't be a dick.
Those are
very
rules.
simple.
Yeah.
Like, there's one more in there, but maybe it's fuck it. Let's leave it at that.
I like that trio.
Fuck it. Do what you say you're gonna do. Don't be a dick. But fuck in like a good way. Not fuck you.
Right.
Especially not any of you.
Not anyone watching or listening.
It. The proverbial it.
All of the it's.
Every last fucking one of them.
12. What advice would you give to your younger self or someone with similar placements as you?
I literally just wrote this the other day when I was writing some copy for Instagram, and it was, don't worry, baby girl. Don't worry about your pain or your process. You have to take every single step that you're going to take to get where you're going. So, even those things that feel like fuck-ups are shaping you just as importantly as those that feel pleasurable and enjoyable.
I love that.
I know, I really left out. I just, like, that's not verbatim, but I just wrote it out yesterday in a piece of copy on Instagram or Facebook.
You remembered it. It sounded like you remembered it. Exactly.
Yeah. I've got a good memory for stuff like that. It'll stick around for like 3 or 4 months if I like really work with it, and then it'll just like I hiked a 180-mile trail, and I could walk through the trail in my mind for like a year afterwards, and then this trail became really spotty.
That's impressive.
But now I can barely remember anything. Buddies, it's not time.
Bonus question.
Okay.
So, how do you feel about your sun, moon, rising placements? What else on your chart stands out to you right now?
There is one placement in Gemini that I just haven't really looked into. I haven't looked into my whole chart very much. It just takes so long to even get to know one house. So Capricorn, I feel a little like conflicted about that energy in me because part of it is so type A that I'm just like, it grosses me out, and I'm like, that's not me. But I know that when I'm there's so much like chaos and tumultuousness and like emotion inside of me that when it funnels into a solid container of like productivity and structure, then it makes sense. And otherwise it just boils me into a pit of despair. And so I need that. Libra, like I said, I'm just like, I don't really identify with that very much. I don't know a ton about it. I just really started thinking about it in the last like month or two because I thought it hasn't even been that long since I found out that what my real birth time was. So
you got time to process.
Yeah, yeah. I'm curious about Libra, and
then you feel good with Cancer.
I have been actively working on that for probably 4 years. I was really sensitive about being called sensitive all the time, and it was weaponized and used against me in my childhood a lot. I was called by my family too defensive, too sensitive, all the time, all the time. Or my mom would say like, you never know what Haley's gonna be, it's just gonna be like way up or way down. And so I was really guarded about that for a long time, so much that I denied that I even was that at one point to myself. And then when it was revealed to me that I was that, it was really hard. But now I'm leaning into it because it's a big part of what makes me good at what I do in my job. I mean, my claircognizance and my clairsentience are pretty developed and sensitive.
Yeah. And you have so much balancing it out in Capricorn too. So you have both.
Because they're so...
Yeah. And he can be really hardworking and then also really heart space focus. Which is really nice.
Thank you.
Yeah. What projects are you currently working on and where can we connect with you?
So this is my main project right now. It's on Instagram, the.movement.tent. It's a community space right now. I'm renting it out for a men's work group that's going to be incredible. It's called The Work. I'll be posting about that soon. It's for men to have the tearing down of what's inside of them that's been put on them that's not working, and the doing of that in a very compassionate and gentle way that allows them to process all of it, and look into sacred masculinity. And so it's going to be incredible. In addition to that, we have some public classes here. They're just kind of right now really like, if you hear about it, you hear about it. If you don't, you don't. So you can see that on the Instagram, the.movement.tent. As far as my personal work, most of what I do is train private clients, and I am pretty maxed out on that. And so now I've started to train other teachers in my method, which I've called the Embodied Trauma Release Method. And so I'm in the preliminary stages of getting that method approved as CEU in a course for therapists, massage therapists, yoga teachers, life coaches, whoever.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so lots. And then building the house and stuff.
Yeah. Just all of that.
Yes.
I love it. I knew when I asked you that there's going to be like all these projects I didn't even know about that you'd be working on.
It's a lot of projects. Yeah. It's fun.
They're also cool. They're worth it.
The Women's Circle, too. The Women's Circle is going to be once a month. So that'll be really neat. And that's free. So.
I think I can go.
You should.
It's
going to be, there's going to be like fucking 20 people here, I think. It's going to be packed. We're going to do fire part of the way through, and we'll be in here. We'll turn the heaters on when it gets cold, and it's going to be sweet. The lady who's leading it's incredible. She's a tantra gal, really smart.
Yeah, I saw that. That sounds cool.
Have you been to one of her classes? Shakti, it's
literally
just ended 30 minutes ago. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I take her classes all the time.
Yeah,
actually, now that you say it, yeah.
She probably mentioned it.
Thank you so much for joining us today. Definitely check out all of her work. Go light her up on social media. She does such amazing things. Do you have any similar placements as Haleigh If you do, and you resonated with anything she said today, please let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear it. Please, as always, like, subscribe, follow, share. So many things you can do on social media now.
Follow you
Do
on
all of
Patreon.
them. I got my Patreon set up. I do, if you want like weekly, monthly readings, and daily astrology affirmations, I do that every day on there.
That's so dope. I just found out.
You know, you know.
I know.
Now you know.
That's cool.
Yeah. This has been Sun, Moon, Rising Interviews. Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye.
I was actually like my kid for a second. Can you say bye?
Say bye.
Say bye.
Bye.